We're going to be talking about passing prop firm trader accounts for futures. We're going to be talking and going over winning strategies, and I'm going to show you exactly what I've been doing to pass my prop firms. Now, welcome in. If you are not familiar, I'm Music City Trader. I'm actually trading binary options. I'm trading Forex. I'm trading futures. But mostly this channel, I'm going to be focusing on futures. My other channels are different. And then let me just show you right here where we got into profit today. And I'm going to pull down this this little video so you can see it. So guys, you see, basically I'm going to scrub into the end of this video and show you I'm going to stop right here and show you what, let's scroll right down here, and then I'm going to stop right here. Okay, here's the accounts that you can see, Take Profit Trader. These are the two that I made today. So today I made 530 on both of these accounts. This is an eval, okay? This is an eval. And these two Take Profit Trader up here, you can see that these I just passed the other day. So we just went pro. I haven't traded these yet. They're going to flip them over to pro or to whatever you want to call it. It's not live. I guess it's just a past eval. These two, though, I had $530 profit today in these two accounts. And you can kind of see what I was doing here at the very end. I was watching for these two boxes. I'll go back here and show you. I usually use Entry Sniper. We had a little news event that went on, so this is where the news event happened. Okay, this is the news event. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to try to, I had to wait for the news event to be over. So once it was over, I was like, it's probably going down. So I took some trades. This one was extremely dangerous. Okay, and I was already up quite a bit for the day. This trade was so dangerous. I mean, look at one point I was down 199. See, I thought it was going, I guess, up from here. I guess I was precursoring this. Okay, so this is terrible trading, guys. Look how far it went down. When it got down to here, though, I did something that I promised to never do again. Like, this does work, but I need to promise never, ever to do this again, okay? Because when it got down here, I thought, oh, good, it's going to go back up. So I took 3 more contracts because see how far down I am? I'm well beyond like what my stop loss should be for a trade. I doubled the trades up here. This is terrible, terrible. Don't do this. But then, so see, when it came down here, it almost hit my stop loss. It's like negative 392. I was in 3 contracts here. It was like 350, and then I thought, when it got down to the bottom, I was just banking on it hitting that white line, and so I took 3 more contracts. Then I was just praying, okay, that it would go back up. So it went back up, and I was so scared that I get overextended. I'm like, I don't want to be in this trade anymore. So it got to $43 profit, and I took it. Now, I'm glad I did because in hindsight, look, it keeps going back. Well, no, it keeps going back up. If I would have held that, it's going back and forth, back and forth. This is where I realized. So I'm glad that I got out of that 6 contracts. I mean, that was retarded. Okay, that was totally. Then I drew this box, and I realized it's bouncing off the bottom of this box and top of that box. So this is not normally a trading strategy, but in terms of analysis, I'm looking at the box. I'm like, it's going to break the bottom or the top of this box, okay? And I thought when it did, it would go. So I did win some trades here. I thought it was going to break the bottom of that box, and I did get chopped up a little bit here. You notice that right here, when it starts to win, I move my stop loss, okay? I move it down when it gets to about, and this is a good idea, but it also hurts me a lot because, I could have left my stop loss way up here, and it keeps going down, but I want to protect that profit, a little bit of profit, $100, $200, 150 or 50 or 75, anything I can see, but it takes me out there, okay? So if I want to look at this because if I had stayed in there in my original stop loss, look what I would have done. It does pop up a little bit, but then it keeps going back down. I was in a great position. I was up above this white line. So had I just left my stop loss right up there where it was in that box, see? It never really returned to the box. It went all the way down. It would have went all the way down here. I could have gotten a big win. So then I'm confused because it's chopping. I'm winning a couple trades down here. Like this one was another snipe. I'm like, I think it's going back down. It kind of hit the white line again. There it is, another little bit of profit. And so I'm just farting around at the bottom, and I'm actually getting profit. So I'm at 326 now. It's not too bad. I could have stopped here. Then I think, okay, it starts another box though. I started noticing this is another box. So it broke the bottom and then didn't really go where it was supposed to go. So I set a sell limit right there. I thought, you know what? As soon as it hits this, I'm going to let it sell and then I'm going to win. But now it decides out of nowhere to just jump out of this box. I mean, it just jumps so far out of this box. And I hope I don't move my stop loss, but I think I do. So it jumped outside the box. It seems like as soon as I enter my trade, things just jump out of the box. So now it's like, okay, it's got its up pressure. And I'm like, dang it. So that's okay. I'm going to buy it now because now I think it's broke out of this box enough to go. Now this is chasing. I'm chasing this candle. I reversed my position, and now I'm going to sit here and watch and see what happens. I kind of keep my stop loss down a little bit lower on this one, and I'm glad that I did, but it doesn't, it kind of, right here is when I move my stop loss up, and I'm like, oh, but imagine if I would have just left my stop loss down here. I'm getting my $100 profit, about about $50 profit here. But this is a great position. I should have just left my stop loss down here. And that's one thing that, well, look at that. It took it out there. I entered again on a call. Boom, it took me out again. There's another $100 gone. Now I'm getting down and I'm getting kind of frustrated. I guess I had left my stop loss down here. I think that it reached down in there, sort of like a liquidity grab right there. And I'm looking for this to go up. I think because it broke the top of the box that it is heading up. So I'm just trying to do that. So I'm going to leave my stop loss down here. Now I feel like this is a pretty decent stop loss. It's down inside this, underneath that white line, the moving average. So, but then again, it's got such down pressure. I'm moving my stop loss down there. I'm like, okay, I want it to stay. Let's see what happens. I get chopped up. I've been getting chopped up bad here. So it goes in and out of the box, chops me at the bottom. And I'm like, what do I do? I probably should, I went ahead and called again at the bottom of this, move my stop loss down a little, give it some room. And then this is when it starts to go back up, I believe. So now it starts going back up. And I just went ahead and took the profit on this one. This is one time that I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take the profit. That's good. I took the profit. But now I'm down like $95, okay? This is, let's see. Then I'm moving forward, and I'm looking at the box. I'm like, when is this going to break out of this box? I keep thinking it's going to do it. So I get down here. I went ahead and bought it at the bottom again. And I thought, this is really, I think the sentiment is up. It went into the money right away, so I protect the money. See, I'm protecting my trade. Boom, stops me out. It's kind of a weird scalping. I mean, I made up this. This is me doing my own candle pressure scalping. I'm not sure I learned this from anybody. In fact, some people might think don't do this. Again, I took another entry at the bottom of the box. I'm looking for this to skyrocket off the bottom of this box, and I don't know if this is good or bad. I'm gonna close this position maybe. My son came in and he talked to me. I'm like kind of getting a little worried. But then look, I move my stop loss up a little bit here. Okay. It comes back down. It flirts around with the bottom of the box, stops me out again. Not for any, I made about $20 there. So in other words, I protected my profit. No big deal. I'm just kind of scalping. And then look at that, dude. Look at that. It just took my profit out right there. I'm at the bottom of the box right there. And then look at this. Boom. Boom. Imagine had I been in that already. Imagine had I been there. I mean, it stopped me out. I should have put my stop loss right under the box. But this is the big move that I get a lot of a win in. I hold my position here. It stops me out again for a profit. But imagine had I put my stop loss underneath the box maybe by a little bit. Because then, I would be in the money big time right now. What I want to do now is I set a buy limit. And I'm like, okay, I think this is going to go up. I want it to... Yeah, see, I would have just been in the money so hard, but it didn't ever come back down. So when it broke that top structure, went ahead and took another trade. This is what I was waiting for this chart to do this whole time. I'm protecting my profit a little bit at a time. I'm just waiting for a move. Now I'm thinking this is moving. I'm going to move my sell limit up, okay? And this just keeps going, never stops me out. Okay, it stops me out there for a profit. That was actually a pretty good profit. A couple $100 profit there. And then I look like I'm back in the money by about 150, but I still think it's going up. So I'm going to take another, stops me out there. I enter in again. Okay. And then it's when I get a big move here. So that stopped me out twice. I entered here. It stops me out. I mean, this chart is jumpy and that's okay. So I entered there. It stopped me out. I thought, well, instead of getting stopped out by $100 here, $100 there, I probably should just move my stop loss to like 200. and then just stay in there, because I would have been here. It's been much better. That might be a tweak to my scalping, is just instead of moving the stop loss, instead of like thinking about $100, I'll set my stop loss around 100, but then I'll just move it down, give myself some breathing room. All right, so now it dipped back under. It never pierced the top, and this is against a strategy, but I think it's going to go up, because this has been playing down, up, 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 and I really think it's going up from here, and that's exactly what it does. Look at this. It just keeps going up. I keep moving my stop loss, and it never stopped me out because I kind of kept my stop loss below, and then I'd kind of go up candle by candle, stop me out there. But that was a $409 profit about on that last one. And so then I'm up $530 for this session. All right, so look, my whole setup is Entry Sniper. You can find it in the links in my description. You can actually join the Music City Trader Tribe, which is just me hanging out, showing my progress. And you can basically see how I set up. I want to work on, and if you guys make comments, let me know. I want to work on a setup to where I show my entire setup. That's what I want to do. I kind of want to show my entire setup. So we've got, this is my take profit trader passed in 5 days. So I had a negative 100, then 228, 4, 600, 400. I'm kind of, this one was, I traded at, when did I trade this last one? Traded at, I can't remember. I can't remember when I traded that time, but I think this time is good. Now I'm on this. I've had a $400 win. Yesterday I traded at church around 1 o'clock, at home around 1:30, 11. It was basically 11:30 to 1:30. That seems like a good time for me. It seems like a pretty good time. I mean, it's a little choppy sometimes, but I think it's pretty good. So I did blow FTMO. I did blow my Apex accounts. I did blow my FTMO, and I cranked up my binary and blew it last week. So these were just basically other accounts that I just messed up. But in general, my take profit traders are going really well. I like that prop firm. I did blow a FTMO account, but I passed these two. I think I'll pass these two. I'm already at 25,900. So I'm already at 25,900. I only need $500 or $600, but I need to do it over 3 days, because I need 3 trading days, so that's what I need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's basically, I can't get there too quick, because getting there kind of quick kind of messes with your mind, because you get there so quick. So that's what I need. I need 5 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, guys, make sure just follow the channel. Go to the musiccitytrader.com if you want to get into the tribe. It's just a place to hang out, and I show my setups and strategies and stuff like that. I'll see you on the next video.